This is Michael Behrens. It's April 21st, 2021. I'm in Port Aransas, Texas, on the beach right at Beach Access Road 1. This beach was named the Tony Amos Beach recently after Tony Amos's passing. Tony used to survey the 7-mile stretch of beach between Access Roads 1 and 2, driving south and counting birds, people, trash, just a very complete monitoring of the beach, measuring tides, measuring salinity. He did this for 20 or 30 years. I like to, when I come down to Port Aransas, I like to try to run this stretch of beach at least once. I just know the birds. I'll keep an eBird list, and it's a cold and clear morning. It's like 55 degrees. The north wind is blowing. There's smoke like sand blowing across the surface of the beach. There are a few birds around, and I'm curious to see what I'll find. This is I'm going to be counting birds from the car. I usually don't like birding by car, but on the beach, it's the most practical way. So I make an exception, and I'm hoping to find maybe some red knots and some other northbound migrants that are waiting for this wind to shift before they continue their journey. I'm seeing barn swallows fighting the north wind, flying up the beach. Here's one hiding behind the dune line, taking a rest on a little twig. Must be hard work fighting against this wind. Here's the Sanderling, one of the most numerous birds on the beach in the winter and spring, the little sandpiper. Usually they are all gray, different shades of gray and white. This one is starting to get some brown, some of its alternate breeding plumage. Sanderlings are winter residents here, but they actually spend more time here than they do on their actual breeding grounds. Here's a beautiful mature herring gull next to two laughing gulls. You can see the size difference, how huge these herring gulls are. Laughing gulls aren't exactly small birds either. Herring gull's probably as big as a red-tailed hawk. See that little red dot at the base, at the tip of the lower mandible, the lower bill of the herring gull. It's one of their field marks. What I think is happening here is a courtship. Male holding the fish, offering it to the female on the left. These are two royal terns. Although it looks like the bird on the left is trying to get the fish, and the bird on the right is not. It's not allowing it. Yet the bird on the right keeps approaching the bird on the left, so I don't know really what's going on here. Okay, so it's attempted copulation. As you drive down the beach, you encounter every once in a while groupings of perched birds or standing birds on the sand. A couple laughing gulls. This is a Sanderling. This is a cattle egret. I've been seeing groups of cattle egrets flying north up the beach, and this one maybe needed a rest. Saw another group of white birds and thought maybe it could join them for a while. Here are some three royal terns with those orange bills and laughing gulls behind them. 4, 5, 6 royal terns. Great-tailed grackles are so versatile. They've taught themselves to be shorebirds. I've seen them dig up coquina mollusks and pry open the shells. Over the dunes, I spotted this soaring white-tailed hawk. Beautiful species, and this one is pretty much staying just about stationary with this north wind. Must be hunting over the dunes. It's not making any distance anywhere. Nice, happy hunting. Here's 2 great egrets heading north over the surf. These birds most likely are migrating, and you don't usually see them in these circumstances, flying low over the waves rather than in a marsh or by a pond somewhere. So I reached Access Road 2, 7.4 miles later. It's about 9:48, so it took me a little over 2 hours, between 2 and 3 hours to cover that 7.4 miles. There counted over 300 laughing gulls and just over 300 sanderlings, which bumped eBird up into the range where I need to verify and tell them, yes, I'm sure I counted 300. Same with ruddy turnstones. I hit 60 ruddy turnstones. There's 3 willets flying north along the edge of the water right now. One cool thing was seeing these mixed flocks of herons and egrets flying north over the surf. One group had tricolored snowy egret, cattle egret, and little blue heron all in one flock. There was a group of 2 great egrets out there flying over the surf. I got to see a soaring, a white-tailed hawk riding the wind, staying pretty much stationary against this north wind. And I got to see one lone male orchard oriole briefly perched above the dunes. So all in all, it was not too. I didn't find any big surprises. It's always fun to drive this stretch of beach and see what I can find. And there was I did not see one plover. That's interesting. I guess all the plovers have moved north. I take that back. I saw one black-bellied plover, but no piping plovers, no snowy plovers, which are here through the winter. And there was one group of birds. I was hoping to see some red knots. There was one group of about 10 fast-flying, mid-sized shorebirds going north along the beach that could have been red knots, but I just it was too fast a view, and I couldn't quite tell. There were also about 20 barn swallows I encountered on their way north, fighting the wind, and hopefully they're making good progress and not burning up too much energy. So that's my that's been this 7.4 mile beach survey. Glad I could sort of share it with you.